Hi, all of you. Welcome to Shanmugam IAS Academy, and I welcome you all to current events of the day. So, let us take up the topics for today's discussion. We are having 5 more topics to be discussed. The first one is about production linked incentive scheme, converting nitrogen plants to oxygen plants. Thirdly, India invited as guest to G7 meeting. And the fourth one is about a place, that is Taiwan. We are going to discuss the location of this Taiwan. Climate change is shifting Earth axis of rotation. So these are the 5 topics that we are going to discuss. Let us take up the first one, that is production linked incentive scheme for food processing industry. So food processing industry or an evolving industry, one kind of evolving industries in India. So the government is giving a scheme or sponsoring some kind of funds for this sector. So it is totally a central sector scheme to encourage the food processing industries present in India. So the cabinet has been approved the production linked incentive scheme for food processing industries in India. The objective of this scheme is to encourage the Indian brands of food products. So in India, we are having some specific and intensive culture of food. So when we are getting this food culture in the national forum, in the world forum, we'll be getting a demand for this product. So then only we can encourage this scheme and the fund. So government is having a category. So they are categorizing the industries to give the grants. So these are the 3 categories: first one, second, and third. So in the first one, we are giving this subsidies for branding and marketing activities abroad. And the category under 2, we are giving small manufacturing enterprises who are manufacturing organic products. So likewise, the government is dividing the scheme into 3 categories, and they are going to give this grants for the production of food products in India. And the next one, it is about converting nitrogen plants to oxygen plants. See, nowadays the demand for oxygen is increasing. We are seeing it in day-to-day current affairs. In our current events, I have also discussed this oxygen, how much it is essential to curb or to rescue the people who all are being affected by the COVID-19. So because of this lack of oxygen, people, almost more than 3,000 people has been died in Delhi, and now in Chennai also people are suffering because of the lack of the oxygen supply. So the government is planning to convert the existing nitrogen plants into oxygen producing units. So Tamil Nadu nitrogen producing units நிறைய இருக்கு. So government என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா, this is unnecessary based on the existing situation right now in India. We are giving a way forward to move from nitrogen plants to oxygen plants by changing slight modifications or giving the slight modifications in the nitrogen plants. The potential industries wherein existing nitrogen plants may be converted for production of oxygen, it has been identified by the government. Nitrogen plants are having this carbon molecular sieve which is used, whereas in this oxygen producing unit we are having zeolite molecular sieve. So here we have to just change this sieve. So we should go for this ZMS, that is zeolite molecular sieve. When you entitling this, or when we are fitting this zeolite molecular sieve in the nitrogen producing plants, we will be automatically changing it as an oxygen producing units. So this is a technology that they are following. Therefore, by replacing CMS with ZMS, the government is also going to make some changes in the oxygen analyzer, control panel system, flow walls, etc. to change this nitrogen plants into oxygen plants. So one important thing here it is, when we cannot able to move these nitrogen plants to the specific needed location, we are going to use that as on-site production process unit. So from there we will be carrying this oxygen by cylinders or vessels to the places where the supply is needed ultimately. And the next one, that is India invited as guest to G7 meeting. So G7 meeting is to held yearly once. So India is not a part, even though India is not a part of this G7 meeting, still it has been asked or invited by the G7 countries to attend this meeting as a guest. So it has been formed in 1975. There are 7 members likewise Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom, and United States. The global leaders of these countries will be participating in this meeting and they will be taking the decisions. It is an informal annual gathering of 2 days in which member countries discuss a wide range of global issues. So it is an informal meeting because it does not have any kind of constitutions. Formal constitution is not there. There is no fixed headquarters for this G7 meeting. So it is an informal meeting. The decision taken during summit are non-binding. So if one country is favoring or another country is not favoring to the decision of the G7 meeting leader, it is not being affect any other country just because neglecting the decisions. The G7 was known as G8 previously because Russia was involved in this G7 meeting. It has joined in 1997. So now it is not that 2014 Russia has withdrawn from this G7 meeting. It is only G7 now on. And the next one, that is place in news, Taiwan. So we are getting assistance from many other countries across the globe for the oxygen supply. One country that is assisting us in the globe is Taiwan, including oxygen concentrators and cylinders with more batches of medical equipment set to flow from Taiwan to India. So Taiwan is known as Republic of China. China is having the whole control about the Taiwan, even though the Prime Minister also present in the Taiwan. Because it is named it as Republic of China, the whole control is being taken up by the Chinese Prime Minister. It is the state in East Asia with China to its west, Japan to the northeast, and the Philippines to the south. So this is how this place is located in the Philippine Sea. It is located in between the Philippine Sea and South China Sea. Taiwan எங்க இருக்கு அப்படினு தெரிஞ்சுக்கங்க. It is very important. East China Sea lies to its north, the Philippine Sea to its east. We have discussed it. Luzon Strait also passes through it. The capital of this Taiwan is Taipei, so you can easily remember Taipei, Taiwan. Taliban maintains official ties with 14 out of 193 United Nations member states on the Holy See. So why this is? Because China is having all other relationship with every countries. So China having this relationship with United Nations countries also. So this Taiwan is being controlled by China. So it is ultimately a way forward for China to get at least 14 out of 193 United Nations member states. All other official diplomatic relations of Taiwan is being controlled by China. China தான் தாய்வானை வந்து எல்லா அஃபிஷியல் டிப்ளமேட்டிக் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பையும் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணிட்டு வராங்க. அதனால தாய்வான் வந்து புதுசாக தனியாக போய் யுனைடெட் நேஷன் மெம்பர் கண்ட்ரிஸோட ஒரு உறவு வச்சுக்கணும், ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பை வந்து மெயின்டைன் பண்ணணும்னு there is no need. And another one that is very important one, climate change is shifting earth axis of rotation. So see, we are seeing that global warming is happening. Greenhouse gas emission is increasing. The earth glaciers also moving, melting. Everything is happening. But here this important thing is also happening because of the loss of water on the land. It's lead to the shift of the earth axis and its specific rotation. The reasons behind it are loss of water and human induced factors. One important factor is that global warming. Because this glaciers in the North Pole and South Pole, when they get melted, it will become water. So this magnetic force over there is just changing because of this solid contents are changing into a fluid or liquid. The weightage of this place is getting reduced. So this movement is changing. The rotational axis is changing. So NASA has told the spin axis drifted around 10 centimeter every year in 20th century. So we are in the 22nd century, right? Still we are facing this. Major factor causing the shift in earth axis of rotation, mass redistribution on within the planet. What is the mass redistribution? The mass redistribution of soil, ice sheets, seas and mantle movement, which is ultimately leading to the movement of earth axis by 10 centimeter each and every year. Melting of glaciers in the poles also seeking a new direction. That is why this movement is being happening. Groundwater pumping also leads to the way forward for the large amount of water evacuation from the groundwater. It has been used highly for the agriculture purpose. So the movement of earth happens because all these reasons such as melting of glaciers, groundwater pumping, and the global warming. So these all are the things which causes the earth axis shift. And finally, let us take up today's prelims based question. We have discussed these two questions indirectly. So directly we are going to take these questions. The Luzon Strait is the strait between Taiwan and Luzon Island of the Philippines. It is an obvious answer. I have discussed it earlier. So it is also being marked red. Which of the following is a not member of G7? It is obviously Russia. So don't think India is also not a member of G7. Yes, because India has been invited as a guest. It is not a permanent member or any kind of member. It is only a guest. Russia is also once upon a time it was a member, but now it is not a member. So please have in mind while studying. With this we wind up today's session. Let us meet you on tomorrow's session. Thank you. Thank you for watching.